कृपामूर्तिं नारायणम् नमो विष्णुपादाय राधिकाय प्रियात्मने श्रीमद्भक्तिवेदान्त नारायण श्रीकृष्ण लीला कथाने सुदाक्षमौडाय माधव संयुक्तं वरं वरेण्यं कृष्णमाहं प्रपद्ये। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत श्री गदाधर श्रीवासादि श्री गौरंग। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम राम। यहाँ पर गुरुवर्ग नाम all the present future past Vaishnava Dandavad Vancha kalpatarubhyacha kripa sindhubhya cha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo. Can you see me okay? Can you hear me okay?
Yes, Guru, you're audible and we can see you.
Okay. So 7, 8. Monday is Sri Radha Gonji Julan Yatra and also Pavitra Ropani Ekadasi. I think 8 is everywhere Ekadasi. And 9th is for Sri Krishna, we use Pavitra Ropa. Before then that day Sri Rupa Goswami, Sri Gauridas Pandit Goswami, Srila Govindas Pandit Shilobhava, disappearance day. And 12th August is the Sri Baladev Avirbhav, appearance day of Sri Balaram. That is Purnima. That day the Julan Yatra ends, that is Raksha Bandhan. Then 19th is Sri Krishna Janmashtami. 19th. Then the second month, Chaturmasya, begins from 13th, Purnima, after Purnima. Now, last time we were discussing, maybe I will end up fine, a few things. It is a practical situation for most everybody. Meaning, how we can tolerate someone's chastisement, criticizement, abusement, all these things. Question comes, how do we have it? So for that, Uddhava is telling, "Oh Lord, rejection, tiraskar, rejection by others, family members, friends, husband, wife, husband, children, so many abusive workplace. It is very, Uddhava is telling it is very difficult to tolerate and it is almost impossible. So, then, Hare Krishna, ಹೌದಾ, ನಾನು ಕ್ಲಾಸಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ನಮ್ಮ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೌದಾ, ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಹಾ ಹಾ ಹೌದಾ, ಈಗ ನೀವು ಎಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಇರ್ತೀರಾ ಕಿಚನ್ ಹತ್ರ? ಹಾಗಾರಲ್ಲಿ ಕೃಷ್ಣದಾಸ್ ಇರ್ತಾನೆ, ಶಿವಾನಂದ ಇರ್ತಾನೆ. ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಹೇಳಿ ಸಹಾಯ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಅಚ್ಚಾ, ಫೋನ್ ಕೊಡಿ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ. ಆಯ್ತು. हम अभी क्लास में है, थोड़ी ये करो, 5-6 लोग चाहिए निकालने के लिए. हाँ, रख के थोड़ी देखो. सबको बुला. अच्छा, सावधान से, सावधान. So sorry for this. So this rejection. So for that, Krishna is telling you the one ityasa, history about the Bhikshu Gita. Now this is amazing, and he is telling no one is responsible for our sukha dukkha, meaning happiness or suffering, distress. Not other human beings, not the devatas, demigod, not our own atma or the planets or our own the karma that we do, and then the time. These are not. If you analyze it, these are the things we blame on it. Now, what we come to conclusion is our own mind is the cause of this. So why should I blame others? So like that became peaceful and then tolerated and became successful. There's so much of this we cannot think of. So Prahlad Maharaj, so we have Jadabharata, so many pastimes in Bhagavatam. So if we remember the Haridas Thakur, our own Guru Parampara, so many times, difficult but tolerated. So feeling dainya, like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that's what he taught through Haridas Thakur's tolerance. Why Haridas Thakur has to go through that experience. And then Rupa Goswami, Dinata, meaning lowliness. Because the way Rupa Goswami, when he came to Jagannath Puri, he did not go to see even exalted personality. He was exalted personality. But still, he said he will not go and take darshan of Jagannath. And also he did not come and see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the Gambira. So, he was Kashi Mishra's house. That was Kashi Mishra's house. He did not go. Because even though he was born Brahmana, very top, Bharadwaj Gotra, but because he associated with the Muslims, he thought he himself is lower than them, and so is low, low feeling. ಏನಪ್ಪ ಅದು ಹೌದಾ ಇಟ್ಟು so loneliness low ಅಮಾನಿನ ಮಾನದೇನ ತೃಣಾದಪಿ ಸುನಿಚೇನ ಮುನೀಚ್ ಕರೋದಪಿ ಸಹಿಷ್ಣುನ so he showed through that he was exalted. So same way this bhikshu, Rupa Goswami says how much near the Silamatra, he doesn't have even a bhakti as a till, like one little sesame seed. Bah. So, if we understand that, now then, they might be asking a question. If our mind is the biggest, problem, then why did Krishna created that, right? So, now, so Bhaktivinoda Thakur gives the hint, secret behind that. He says that the soul has two things. What it is one second. What he is saying is, it's very revealing. What he is saying is, every object has endowed with two components of the intrinsic form, Swarupa as well as the characteristic nature, Pravritti. Two things. Swarupa, the intrinsic form, and the characteristic nature. So the soul, the pure form of the soul, like we are talking about 8 qualities of the soul, right? It cannot sin, it has no disease, it cannot, no death, no suffering, like that. No desire for enjoying, anya vilasham. Then whatever is the pure, satya kama, satya sankalpa. So from that we know the form of the Jivatma is actual knowledge. And its nature, nature is anurag, love, towards the Lord. This is naturally there. Love for the Supreme. So in the pure form, when it is not contaminated, unalloyed state. So when we come into this contact with the material world, prison, like when we got the Sukshma Deha. Sukshma Deha is what? Subtle body is what? Mind, right? Mind is what? Mind is the transformation of that knowledge. Okay? So it's not independent. That knowledge. Now we have the pure knowledge, our sambandha, all that, But now that knowledge we have to get it through senses, okay? Accumulation, this knowledge. So that's what the mind does. So that's why mind cannot be. So it is depending upon the external senses, taking the images, collecting, and building up a database, and then drawing conclusions like that. So, but that is the original knowledge transformed into. And the anuraga, the love of the jiva entity or the Supreme Lord has gone through, we develop attachment to this material, your attachment to the Supreme Lord. Now we have attachment to this material object, because our conditioning. So the so-called knowledge of this condition is only a variation of the knowledge, not the real knowledge. So this present knowledge of human beings is only that derived by means of sense organs, except for a certain amount of divine realization. When the material objects come into proximity of the senses, the image of the materials will be taken inside by the way of senses. Certain internal organ receives and properly keeps these images collected. This is known as the retentive memory of the mind. By means of the substitutional and optional activities of the internal organ, the stored images provide the substance for imagination. Depending upon Hare Krishna, hello? ಹೌದಾ, ಆಯ್ತು. ಆಯ್ತು ಸರ್, ಆಯ್ತು. So, by means of substitution and optional activities of the internal organ, the stored images provide the substance for imagination. Depending upon these acquired feelings, that internal organ builds its kingdom of knowledge and decides good and bad, etc. This activity can be called as rationalism. If all these processes are deeply studied, they can be understood as to be the sensory activities. Unalloyed cognition, nature, Jiva soul, when bound by the phenomenal world, undergoes this type of perverted and unwholesome condition. Now, so actually, if you read the biology, this is what iron is very amazing. We give so much importance, in the tongue. Oh, where do we feel? The tongue, right? Because, right? But it's only millimeter. Beyond that, what? When once the thing goes inside, there is no salty, sweety, and all that. It's only on the tongue it is telling. Beyond tongue, there is nothing like that. But anyway, so same way, this attachment, the love toward the Supreme Lord is the natural inclination of the jivas. This natural relation between the soul and Supreme Lord can be compared with magnetic attraction of the iron, the liquefying tendency of the heat, the burning power of the fire, volitional and optional nature of the mind, the appropriate utility of qualities. Just as the mentioned qualities are closely related to the respective objects, the Jiva soul is naturally related to the Supreme Lord by the tie of love. Huh? In the unconditioned state of liberation, this inclination of the Jivas exists in its unalloyed and fullest manifestation, in pure form. But the same gets perversion during the phenomenal conditioning of the Jivas. Materialistic attachment of the embodied soul is the perverted state of the divine love. When this faculty of the Jivas become free from propensities, it shines as the divine love. But on undergoing various propensities, it attains respective forms of perversion. Love is the only inclination, pravritti of the soul. Only its names are changed according to the variation of propensities. Okay? Attachment to the wealth is called as greed. Now, what is greed? Say, oh, bad. But actually, greed is what? That pure love towards the Lord has transformed. You understand? Perverted. It's like, suppose you see a shadow of a tree. Tree can see color and also mango, sweet and all that. But when you see the shadow of the mango, you cannot see color, you cannot taste it. You see what I'm saying? Like that, this is in the shadow. So that pure love for the Supreme Lord undergoes these various propensities. Names are different. So the attachment. Here we're attached to the Lord. Now what? We are attached to this material. So if you are attached to the wealth, it is called greed. Attachment to the female beauty is called lividness. When the same attachment is manifested toward the depressed people, it is known as kindness. Attachment shown towards brothers and sisters is called as affection. When it is applied toward the benefactor, it is termed as gratitude. Attached with congenial propensity, it becomes love. When the same love is uncongenially tempered, it terms as enmity. In this way, the same single inclination of the jiva soul gets transformed into various forms. Multifariousness of it has been derived due to the various propensities. This inclination of the soul remains in its unalloyed nature with the liberated soul. Not that it only remains in a singular form with the liberated soul, but there can be infinite excellences of this unalloyed divine love. This itself is the superiority of that love. So all the propensities of this love have been called by the name of dharma, piety. Now you understood? So in this world, there is nothing new. Understand? It's only the pure form are going through so many, like reflection. All these things. So when we lessen these things, understand? We see, you cannot fight. Oh, I have so much. For example, take an example. We know greed, attachment to the wealth is greed. Oh, I don't want to have attachment, you fight. No. That will not go away. Greediness. You increase the love toward the Lord, toward bhakti. Suppose you progress in bhakti, anurag. Devotees, chanting, ekadasi, all this. Then, to the extent we are increasing that, our attachment to the wealth also decreases to the same extent. You understand? So if you work on that, this automatically decreases. If we try to work only on this, it is partial, it is incomplete, we will never be successful. Okay? Because this is subordinate to that. You know? You know? So, in a sense, greed, lewdness, kindness, affection, gratitude, hatred, enmity, all this, you know, you cannot fight or, try to, but increase that love, increase that seva, our sadhana. To that extent, this becomes easy, they go away, become loosened and then. So that's why this Bhikshu Gita, is telling, oh, people, their demigods, these planets, then the time, not because of my suffering or happiness, suffering, and not due to them, only due to mine. Now, now you understood mind cannot, because the original jnana is pure and it is eternal. That we cannot destroy. But it has gone through this transformation, so it has become the mind. So only thing is we have to uh, increase our sadhana. That's all. So we come back to the same and again. But this way, if you look at it, this is very powerful. Okay, you get a different angle of vision. It will enable us. Hey, we have to be more serious towards our sadhana. Okay, so that's what it is. So that's why Lord Krishna in the 11th canto Srimad Bhagavatam is reciting this sloka, this story, real story. So I just want to complete that. Now, in the we have now the Ekadasi, Pavitra Ropani Ekadasi is Pavitra Ropani, namely because when the sun enters certain Karkata, the zodiac, on Dwadasi day, before Pan, we offer the Pavitra to the Supreme Lord. So, in that case, there is a story told by Lord Krishna to Yudhishthira Maharaj regarding this Ekadasi. Ekadasi day, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, I think somebody forward, maybe it can be forward to everybody, is that Supreme Lord is in the mood, whatever it does is always for the welfare of the world. Okay, is in the mood of getting service, more enjoyment. So more enjoyment meaning more giving pleasure to these, the servant, gopis and because. So if he is in in an enjoyment mode, what we should compete with him or so if we compete with him in enjoying, then it's a problem for us. So we should not be. In other words, we should be more service. So you are so much involved in the service, you forget to take even prasad. To that extent, we forget. See, engagement. Like Janmashtami, why we should, Bhakti Vinod Thakur, Acharya say, why? Because we are expecting, oh, yeah, Krishna is coming, he's appearing, I should do this, I should do this, I should do that. No? Reminding that is appearing middle of the night, yes, so much expecting that, you forget everything else, including taking food and then going to the bathroom. Everything, So, same way Ekadasi, because Lord has appeared, right? And is accompanying all of us that day. When he comes, we should honor everything. Give it. So in that process, we forget our needs. Our needs are actually fulfilled when he is becoming happy automatically. Gopis, example, they never cook for themselves, no base for them. They never slept for themselves. Everything to please Krishna, only for that they were doing. So whatever they do, it is the primary is Krishna. So at least on day, gopis are doing every day, okay, every second, every moment. so so we should at least do at least once a 2 week, once on Ekadasi. If we do that, I will tell you, it's amazing. Huh? So there was a king, Mahijit name. Huh? He was very, very nice, wonderful, taking care of his citizens as his own child. But he had no children. Child. So he was married, and then one day, they went. They went to the forest. See, those days they knew if there is a problem, where they can get the solution, from whom they can get the solution. They used to go to look for the sages in the forest. Nowadays, you go for Google, right? There is technology. So anyway, the real Google is actually sage, transcendental Google. Say you should come up with a what called transcendental Google. Okay. So that is Srimad Bhagavatam scriptures, and one who knows that. So then they came across one long life, no disease, no anger, and no food. And name was Lomasha. Loma meaning, what does mean? One kalpa. Kalpa meaning day of Brahma. 1,000 Chaturyuga, understand? 4.32 billion years, something like 4.32 billion years. You can check. I think so. 4.32 billion years. Can you imagine? Only 1 year will fall from it. So like that, you can imagine how many years. Very long time he lives. So they approached him, and he said he went into trance for a while. After hearing why they have come, the king children and no son. So then after a while he came back and told, in his previous life the king was a Vaishya, meaning business, mercantile, and it was very not a good quality, you know. So one time he went on the afternoon. He was very thirsty, huh? doing like doing business in the village to village. He saw a pond, and the pond there was a cow and a calf drinking. He disturbed them. He disturbed them, he made them go away, and then he started drinking water. Because of the sin, Gomata, calf. Now he has no children. So then they asked, please tell us the way out of it. Then he said, you follow this Pavitra Ropani, Shukla Paksha, Ekasi Vrata. Then the sin will be washed out. You will have child. You know? So they followed, and the king was blessed with a very beautiful son. So then all the whole kingdom they did offer that to the king. So his desire was fulfilled. So this is the of course our goal is to do this so we can become this Ekadasi, so we become proper grandchildren of our Guru, or Gurudev, right? This thing, so we should do such a mode. So now the disappearance day of Gauri Das Pandit. Now Gauri Das Pandit is Subalsaka in Krishna's pastime. You know, there is amazing pastime here. He is come from a very amazing family. His brothers, three elder brothers, Damodar, Jagannath, and Suryadas Sarkela. Now, Suryadas Sarkela's daughters, Sri Vasudha and Sri Jahannava, became the wives of the Nityanand, their Shakti, Nityanand Shakti. Then the younger brothers are Krishnadas Sarkela and Sri Narsimha Chaitanya. Sri Narsimha Chaitanya we also here. Nitya Parshad. We are affinity for Narsingadev. So, very amazing personality. When Jahannava Mata went to Vrindavan, she was crying at the Samadhi of Gauridas Pandit. She could not stop it. Gauridas Pandit Samadhi is there in Vrindavan, where the wind also stopped. Hearing the pastimes of Radha and Krishna there. So, and one time, Ambika, Devadi Devachandra Gauridas Mandire. Gauridas Mandire, Prabhu Ambikate Vihare. So, there is one tamarind tree. Actually, if you go, maybe next time, it's like under that tree, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu met. So they are the two, like, two shakas like this, branches, like as if someone raising their hand, devotees raising their hand. It's amazing. And there, the Das is, oh Lord, please stay with me for a long time, for all the time. So, the Lord cannot, So he manifested deities from the neem tree. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda. And then he said, he can worship. They are not different from me. He can worship. Then then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also told him, then we will leave. He said, no, oh, Lord, you stay. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, okay, you want us to stay? That's okay. Then the deities will walk away. Or want the deities to stay, then we will walk. No? So then Gauridas Pandit said, Lord, you stay here. So Nityananda Prabhu also was there. So they stayed back and the deities walked away. So this, we hear this pastime. And with that, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu establishing this principle, his holy name, the deity, and his Swarupa, his form, they're all, three, but one Rupa. The name, Lord's name, right? Deity and his Swarupa, one Rupa. There is no difference in them. Tina Bedanai, Tina Chidananda Rupa. All three are transcendent. We establish that. So also in that one time, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came there with a rowing the boat, right? They call it row, pushing the water, paddle, in English, paddle. So paddling there and they alighted there. And then Lord telling, I crossed this Ganga with this paddle. Now I'm going to give this paddle to you. So you should cross over. So many conditioned souls in this world, this mundane Bhavasagar, this material world, materials should help them to cross over. So I'm going to give this. And it is still there, that paddle. We go to the temple, they will show you. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu written, by his own hand, copied Bhagavad Gita, copy is also there. These two we can. So, so that instruction is for all of us. To whatever extent we can, we have to help others paddle through this material sea of thing. How? Like this Bhikshu Gita. If you understand, that our suffering or anybody suffering or happiness, distress, happiness, is due to our own mind, nobody else, not even our karma. You might say, wait a minute, we're always talking about our previous karma and all that. But that manifests through the mind. If the mind is not there, then that will not happen. So the bottom line is again our mind. If you make our mind engage in chanting holy name, then that thing also disappears. You understand? The karma, the passion, all that. So the past itself is not the mind. It's manifesting. So if you make the mind, that will go away. So that way, so we pray at the, and also there's one pastime of Subal Sakar. This is in Javat. Happened in Javat. One time Krishna was feeling separation from Radha. He was almost crying. Then Subal Sakar was there. He said, "Oh, I cannot live without Radha." He was. Then Subal Sakar felt very, I must help him. How to do? So he went to Javat. And then there Chaitila said, "Hey, You, Subal, you're a friend of Krishna. I know you come here for creating problem. Go away here. I don't want to see you. So then, oh, mother, don't, not like that, not like that. Please, please. I lost my little, small baby cow, baby cat. I'm looking for it. Ah, you're telling, no, mother, please, really, really. The mother is crying. His mother is crying. I'm looking. Then, okay, if that is the case, I'm doing this cow and paddies. Huh? You go and look. If you find, you can take it. If it is yours. Oh, he was very happy. Thank you, mother. Huh? Then he went and quarters of Radha and told her, Krishna is feeling about too much separation. You must, I must go immediately. Then how do I go? No, put on my, he exchanged dress because Radharani is also same age, same looking, same sound, all that similar. So he exchanged dress, pagadi and all that. And then on her thing, put a cloth like just like Subal dress and carrying a bajra. So she could not, Jetila could not recognize Radharani. Then so Radharani going out in the dress of Subal. And then Jetila, hey Subal, what did you find? Yes, I find. See, mother, I found it. Thank you, like that. Radharani able to mimic the sound of, he can do anything. Makeshwari, Kriyeshwari, Swadeshwari, Sudeshwari. So the sound of Subal, and she went away. And there, when she saw Krishna, so much separation, and Krishna was very, very happy to see her. And that then also Subal went there later on, and he was very extremely happy to see that. Krishna appreciating Subal Saka's service. So, so we pray Subal Saka, the Haridas Pandit, may restore us, may our devotion to Yugal may increase. And then Rupa Goswami disappearance day is also on that day. So the foremost servants, Sakis of Radha, Lalita, and then among Manjaris, foremost is Rupa Manjari, under the direction of Lalita. And so that is Rupa Manjari. That's why it became in Gaur Leela prominent Goswami, Rupa Goswami. Now his forefathers were from Karnataka, where we are from, this place, Karnataka, Bangalore. Sarvagna, when we were little in the school, we used to recite the Sarvagna, some sayings, very beautiful sayings of this very elevated great soul, Mahatma. So Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, they are from this lineage. From here. So they were Bharadwaja Gotra. Now, Kumaradeva, his father was Kumaradeva, Sanatan, Rupa and Anupam. Ramkeli, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to see them, he said they were exalted, but somehow they were serving this Muslim king. Sanatana as the prime minister, and then Rupa minister. Very intelligent. But when they saw Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you know, in the night time, they came with the grass in their mouth, to show that they're so low, not worthy of anything. And they tied up like a little cloth under their neck and came, fell at the lotus feet of it. And they said, Jagai Madai aite koti koti gun. Adam patit papi. Oh Lord, you elevated Jagai Madai. Jagai Madai have million times better than her. We are million times worse than Jagai Madai. Huh? So we are so sinful, we are so fallen. We are actually antaja, we are not within the varnashrama, we are lower fallen. We always take association of those natures. And we do their karma. We mix with those people who are against Drohi, they are against the cow and brahmanas. This karma of mine is actually choking my throat. So it is throwing into this Visharupi Kuvishya. It has thrown me into this, this very impure and like. So only you can, you can save us. So like that. So when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu heard this, he was filled with tears. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, don't worry. Krishna will free from all these things very soon. And then he instructed them to go to Vrindavan. So, that's how. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is telling Ram, I did not come just for that. To meet both of you, So then, at that time, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had so many associates with him. They were traveling. Nityananda, Haridas Thakur, Srivas, Sri Gadadhar, Sri Mukunda, Sri Jagadananda, Sri Murari, and then Vakreshwar, and all that. So Chaitanya made them give Ashirvad, blessings to Rupa and Sanatana. So, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu giving this instruction with the mercy of bhaktas, the jiva can be elevated. Of course, this is not necessary for Rupa and Sanatana, but to show for the condition, ordinary people of this world. So we did that. Then Rupa and Sanatana, Rupa telling Mahaprabhu that you are trying to go to Vrindavan with so many millions of people, that is not the process. So then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted that, and then he went up to Kanai, not Sham, the place, and went there and then returned back. He did not go to Vrindavan at that time. So Nrsimha Chaitanya, we were telling the other time, the younger brother of Gauridas Pandit, he was mentally making a road, a service to Chaitanya. So mentally making a road from Navadvip to Vrindavan, is the idea. And so Lord will have very soft, grass and then nice, like that. But in his mind, he can go up to Kanai Natashala, Further, he could not build his beautiful road, in his mind. Then he understood, oh, Lord is not going to further. He is going to return. And that's what he did. It's amazing, When Namo Mahavadannaya Krishna Prema Pradaya Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namaha. So this is recited by Rupa Goswami. And so Rupa Goswami, when he went to see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Prayag, Prayag is the holy confluence of three rivers, different names. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, you cannot describe how kind Krishna is. So you took away from this Vishya Kupa, the dark well of samsara, well of material world. So then Chaitanya, when fell at his lotus feet and he said this sloka, Namo Mahavadannaya Krishna Prema Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Navrattasya Namaha. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu instructed him all the tattvas. He put his Shakti into the heart of Rupa Goswami. Priya Swarupe, Daita Swarupe, Prema Swarupe, Sahajadi Rupe, Nijanu Rupe, Prabhu Reka Rupe, Atana Rupe, Swa Vilasa Rupe. So all this is Prema Swarupa, Swabhavika, Anurupa, Vilasa Rupa. All this made him flow in the heart of Rupa Goswami. He empowered him, empowered him. So that's why the Bhakti Rasam Gonda Rupa Goswami, but the like in the pastime of Narottam and then Srinivasacharya, how he appeared. So before he appeared, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told, his name, that I will make this Bhakti Shastra published through Rupa and Sanatana, and I will make it distributed through Srinivasacharya. Long time. So it's very, very amazing. So without his, Rupa Goswami, Tirasa, and Sanatana Goswami Bhakti Siddhanta. So he brought out to this world through them. That's why we are without him. That's why our entire parampara, what it says there, it says to Rupa Goswami, Narottam Thakur, it says, at the disappearance time, Rupa Manjari Pada. Narottam Thakur says, the lotus feet of Rupa Manjari is this wealth, puja. worship lotus feet. Bhajan is also lotus feet. And pranadam is a life force, very dear to life force, wealth of life force. Well, it is this avarana, meaning necklace like that, Jivana Swarupa, very form of his life. Rasa, emotion of rasa. His desire of siddhi is that. Veda dharma is that. That is my vrata, that tapa, mantra japa. That is karma, dharma. If that is available, cut through these eyes. So, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur also, he accept that even a dust from her lotus feet of Rupa Goswami, he said that is his everything. There is nothing other than in this world. So in Vrindavan, we see the Samadhi Mandir of Rupa. And also Bhajan Kutir also quite opposite in Radha Damodar. In the, of course, this Bhajan Kutir is also there near Nandagram, Heri Kadam. One time Rupa and Sanatan were there discussing Bhakti. That time they were so deeply involved they forgot to take prasad. That's how they used to live under different trees every time. Amazing. You can look at the time, the daily activity. So then Radharani came as a small girl. He brought things needed for the sweet rice. Milk, rice, and then sweetener, sugar. Then he wanted to do again. He was totally involved. He forgot. Then she herself said, "Okay, if you are so deeply involved, I will cook for you." So Radharani herself cooked and then gave it to them for offering. After that, when Sanatan took it, he understood. Hey, never desire again to give. See, her to Radha. So much. One time he was, see, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given him 4 instructions to Rupa Goswami and Sanatana. You have to bring it to the world, this tirthas, lupta tirtha, disappeared kunda. Like Radha Kund, Shyam Kund was disappeared. Of course, that Rupa and Sanatan could not do. Only Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So that's why he came. Nobody else could do. Only Radha herself, she can reveal that. So that's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came and he revealed to the world, hey, this is Radha Kund and Shyam. So similarly, many kundas. So he instructed them, you should make it public. You have to That is possible one who is in deep sadhana, seeing the pastimes of Krishna, and then making a comparison and saying, hey, yes, this is what it is. Huh? Then service to Sri Vigraha, like Govindas Pandit said, Nama, Vigraha, and Swarupa, Tino, Eki Rupa. Chidananda Rupa. Huh? Seva, service to that. Then Shuddha Bhakti Shastra. Now you have to bring out Shastra and then preach. Then Nama Prema Prachar. Love for Supreme Lord's name. To preaching. So, one time, he has followed all these four. One time, too, he is thinking, service to Sri Govinda has to be brought. How to do that? So there is no Govinda was not visible. So he was trying everywhere. He went to every village of Vrindavan, every house of Brajavasis, inquiring, have you seen Govinda? Govinda. No one could reply. So he was almost crying every day. Then he looked at the Shastras and all that. He could not find a clue. Searched everywhere for him, but he could not find it. Then one day, because he was very, concerned, wow, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's instruction, and I'm not able to find him. I tried my best. So he lost his courage, and then he was going Parikrama of Vrindavan on the bank of Yamuna one day. The separation with his heart, separation, viraha, distressed, crying, Lord Govinda, Govinda. You have to reveal yourself. I know, I tried my best. How going to do? So he was crying, and he could not tell this to anybody who will understand. So that time, one Brajavasi came there. Very beautiful, voice, very, very sweet. Then Baba, he asked him, why you're crying? Why you're crying? Looking at the sweetness of his word and his form and all that, Rupa Goswami never revealed this to anybody. He revealed the reason. I'm looking for Govinda. Then Rajavasi specified him. Oh, Baba, why are you thinking too much on this? There is no reason for this. See, in Vrindavan, there is one place called Goma Tila. There is a little hill. There, just before afternoon, there, Govinda is living very secretly, very beautiful cow comes afternoon, very happily, very enthusiastically. She gives the milk and that. Saying this, he disappeared. Then Rupa Goswami crying, "Oh, Krishna came and he cheated me and disappeared." Somehow he became unconscious. he got up and he made himself composed. And then he told this to Brajavasis. So they all came there, and then with all happiness, they started digging that Gomatila. There they found a deity Govinda, who can millions of Kamadeva, stupid, millions of Kamadeva, you can entice, you can mesmerize. That Rajendra Nanda, Sri Govinda, they found. So it is found that the great grandson of Krishna, Vrajanath, he installed that. So Vrajanath is a Pradyumna, Aniruddha, son is Vrajanath. Then Mansimha, the king of Jaipur, he made a very beautiful temple, 7 stories, very big. And the Shikara, the top was the light on top was visible even up to Agra. So when this Muslim king Aurangzeb saw this, he became envious. They say he comes in previous Krishna. So he's envious. He's continuing his enviousness to Uddhava, to Krishna. So, Kalanin, continuing. So he destroyed, he tried to destroy 4 floors, 7 floors, 4 floors he destroyed. Then a bad news came from Delhi, they ran away. But meantime, these deities were taken to Jaipur. They were saved. So that's why the original Radha Govinda, you have to see there in Jaipur. How the Radharani came there, of course, before Rupa, there were no Radharani deities. So one day, dream came to Pratapuruda's son, Jagannath Puri, Jana, the king, his son. He came and tell, see here, I'm here in this temple, Jagannath temple. Everybody is worshipping me as Lakshmi, Mahalakshmi, but I'm actually Radha. I'm here. When Govinda is going to appear. So now he has appeared. So please take me and then put me there near me. So she gave dream to this king. Purushottam Jana, king. Pratapurudra's son. And then Purushottama followed that. And they put next Govinda there. So that's how Radha Govinda came to Govinda came to know Radha Govinda. Now when Raghunath Bhatt Goswami, when Mahaprabhu was in Varanasi, then he was staying, taking prasadam at the Tapan Mishra's house. So that is his Raghunath Bhatta Goswami's father. At that time, Raghunath Bhatta was small boy. So he used to serve Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, serving prasadam, taking his left thing, and then giving massage to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, like that. Many washing, like that. When he became a little grown up, he came to Nilachal. There for many months, he was cooking for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So many different items. Very happily. Yes. Then about 8 months like that, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu instructed him, go to Varanasi to serve his parents. So he was there for a couple of years. Then his father disappeared, entered. Then he came back. Again he came back to Nilachal, Jagannath. Then Mahaprabhu told him, you should go to Vrindavan and you should stay in the association of Rupa Goswami. So the desire of Rupa Goswami, Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, is to recite Srimad Bhagavatam. Very beautiful very beautiful singing in scripture. So if you look at the how Rupa Goswami was spending his time, you'll be amazed. No house, no computer, no electricity, no internet. Right? So, but still, it's so much, books and shastras. He didn't have any kitchen like that, amazing. So then even he would not stay near one tree, one night, one tree, one night. And he used to do some bhiksha, begging Madhukari, or bhiksha from Brahmin's house, or sometime Madhukari. He used to take the dried roti, and then if not available, then chana. He used to take some chana dal. His clothes were very simple, torn, but he was so filled up with ananda, joy. He used to dance. All the time, Krishna bhajan. Sometimes he used to take rest for 4 danda. Sometimes because of the Nam Sankirtan, sometimes even that was not possible. Sometimes he used to write Shastra. So, and many times he used to think of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Oh. That's Rupa Goswami. So in this one, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is describing the characteristic of bhakti. Rupa. And then he's describing and the ocean, unlimited ocean of this bhakti, rasa. Only one boon, one drop of that ocean to taste that, he gave that siksha to in the form of sutra. So, what is that he's telling? The jiva is Anu Chaitanya. Anu meaning very like a atom, atomic. Chaitanya, conscious, atomic conscious, the living entity is Swarupa. And there are unlimited jivas, living entities. And they are divided into two parts, Stavara, Jangama. Stavara meaning one cannot move, like trees cannot move, right? Plants. So Jangama is one moves. They can walk around here and there. Krishna? ಆಗಿದೆ ಆಯ್ತಾಯ್ತು ಬನ್ನಿ ಹರೇ ಕೃಷ್ಣ. So the jivas that can move, Jangama means move. And in that there are three varieties. One, they living in the sky, like birds, right? They fly. They are also moving. Some in the water, like fishes, they also move. And some living entities move on the earth, right? And among the people, jivas, living entities on the earth, the humans are all, but they are tiny. How tiny? One comparison. Have you seen this? What do you call irve? The black one, very tiny, move on the earth. We see them, many of them. So imagine in 1 kg of these insects, how many will be there? Millions. So 50 kgs. And what about if we put weight according to entire human population? Like that, they are much more than the weight of human. Just this one insect like kind of thing. So we are practically nothing in the number wise, insignificant among all the living entities roaming on the earth. The human population may be how much? 0.000000001%. 99.9999999 are other living entities. So you can imagine we are very, very nothing. Get the idea? So then how great we are having that obtained that human form of life. And among all those humans, they are does not follow Vedas. There are so many eating meat and all the stuff is there. Nature pulling away. If you leave them, then even there will very less count of humans. So one who follows Vedas. One who follows Vedas, there are two kinds. One who does the dharma, follows. Then other one is adharma, doing sinful activity. And among those who are dharma, following, pious activities, pious people, most of them are karmanishta, interested in karma. Among the millions of karmis, one jnani. And among millions of jnanis, one may be mukta, liberated one. And among millions of those liberated, very rarely one Krishna Bhakta. So, you see how rare. Still, we fight among ourselves. Is it true? Is it good? Tell me. You should be so happy to see a Vaishnava. Rarest commodity. You should not think, oh, rarest is this diamond, this and that. Rarest commodity is Vaishnava. That's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu instruction. In the 3 instructions he gave, 3 consecutive years about Vaishnava. Kanishta, Madhyama, and Uttama. First year he said, whoever tells even one time Krishna name, you should be respectful to them. Second year he talked about Madhyam. And then finally Uttama. So, you should be happy, See how rare it is. This is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught through Rupa Goswami. So then, what brings out bhakti? That Sukruti, that through Krishna Bhakta. So we have to take shelter of Guru and then mercy of Guru and Krishna. Bhakti is obtained. In the footstep, Shuddha Bhakti, Ashraya, Ashraya meaning one who gives shelter to Shuddha Bhakti. It is not in this Brahmanda, not in Viraja or Brahmaloka. It is not there in this. Even in Vaikunta, it cannot give Purna shelter, complete shelter, for Bhakti. Not even Vaikunta. Give complete shelter, Purna. Only in Vrindavan, the lotus feet of Sri Krishna, like a Kalpa Vriksha, for Ragamai Bhakti. It gives the shelter, Paripurna, in full, complete shelter. So, Chaitanya Charitamrita is described in this point. ब्रह्मांड ते कौन भाग्यवान जी गुरु कृष्ण प्रसाद पाए भक्ति लता बीज Mali. So, description, when we are going, these 14 words, wandering, getting lost, so many different lokas. Then somehow very fortunate living entity meets Sri Guru and Krishna. By the mercy of Sri Krishna, he obtained the seed of Bhakti Lata. The Bhakti Lata. Then the caretaker, he put this seed through the Shravana and Kirtana. Yes. Then the creeper develops. Then it passes through this Brahmanda, Viraja, then even Golok Vrindavan. There at the shelter of at the lotus feet of Sri Krishna. Is like Kalpavruksha Saman. Then it binds that Kalpavruksha. It hugs Kalpavruksha tree. So from that it gives out the fruit of prema. Prema. Now we have to be careful doing this Shravana and Kirtana and all that. Suppose if there is a Vaishnava aparad, then Vaishnava aparad is like a uncontrollable, like elephant. It can come and it can remove this creeper bhakti. That's why you have to have a protection. That is forbidden in activities, duplicity, jiva himsa, killing, violence, lava, puja, pratishtha. The biggest is pratishtha, meaning self-esteem, like that. So they develop. See, when you're putting water, like in a field, when you start putting water along with the, say for example, if you're putting wheat or rice, along with that wheat or rice, so many other things start growing in water and nutrition. So if you don't plug them out, they will grow faster than the intended, like wheat or the rice, paddy. They will overgrow. So you have to plug them out. Otherwise, that will shrink and then it may not be visible at all. So you have to cut those upashakas. Then only you in our mud we have seen in some trees. Amazing. If you see from a distance, it looks like wow, something else, very greenish and all. But actually, it is something else growing on top of it. If you don't cut it out, it will kill the tree. We have lost many trees like this. It is real thing. Same way in the spiritual life, if you don't cut this one out, Bhoga Parayana, Bandhan, desire to have liberation, Siddhi, I want this, Siddh, then duplicity, Sri Lampati, having association thing. So all these things we have to give up. That's why that Bhikshu Gita, you remember now? That's love, unadulterated love for the Lord. And now appeared in these so many forms of attachment. Attachment to the wealth, greed, attachment to the female thing or female, lividness, attachment to relatives, friends, affection, all these hatredness, all these things, they are all basic transformation of love. You know, try to remember that. So if we increase that, then these will go away automatically. Leave us. We don't have to work on these things separately. We have to work on that, our bhajan, or then this will. So this thing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught to Rupa Goswami. So we pray out of Rupa Goswami. Then Rupa Goswami, one time when he was coming towards Nilachal, he saw in a dream Satyabhama. He wanted to write a drama. That time Satyabhama came and told her, don't combine these two. This is my order. Make it two things. Then also Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told, Chaitanya Krishna never leaves Vrindavan, never goes out of it. So taking this hint in the Vidagdha Madhava drama, we made it two separate things. Lalita Madhava, Vidagdha Madhava, drama, two separate dramas. We didn't want, so we see this in the Brut Bhagavatam. So Rupa also one time at the time of Haridas Thakur's place, he wrote one sloka about the Nam, no? Tunde Tanda Vinirati, Vitunute Tundavali Labdaye, Karna Kroda Kadambini Ghatayate, Karna Dyuspuha, Ketaha Prangana, Sangini, Vijayate Sarvendriyana, Najane Janita, Kiya Duta, Mutai, Krishna, say Varnadvayi, Krishna, these two letters, they have appeared with so much amrut, so much nectar, cannot describe. I don't know why. When the one who is singing that dances on his tongue, then I feel like he should have so millions of mouths. Each time it increases our anuraga. So one says, oh, I wish I had so many mouths to utter. It's so much sweet. It's like Radharani to serving Krishna. Oh, I wish I could. So she expanded herself so many gopis. She's still not satisfied. That's the thing. So same way here, and then when this two name of Krishna enters the ear, then it generates a desire. Oh, I wish I had millions of years to, not satisfied with 1 year, hearing the name. Millions of years. When in the heart, when it is appear, then all indriyas became stunned and easily wins over all those senses. It makes them stunned. So, and Chaitanya, all the were amazed. Haridas Thakur saying, oh, I have heard so many explanations, so many things, but not anything like this. And then Rai Ramananda, Swarup Damodara, they were so appreciative. So that's why Swarup Damodara telling, Rupa Goswami has obtained his mercy, your mercy. That's why he can know secrets in your heart. He's so blessed. Like that, his fast unlimited. So still we glorify for our own benefit by this. We are not adding anything new. But our attachment to this world becomes less and progress in bhakti. So we pray, let us on every day you should pray to him every second, but especially on the Dwalsi day, the day disappeared. So our time is up, and yeah. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya patitanam pavanebhyo Vishnavebhyo namo namaha. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Any questions? If not, we will end here. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha. Hare Krishna, Krishna.
Thank you very much. Next we will have Radhakrishna Bhajan by Braj Kishore.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavad Pranam. Just give me 1 second. Okay. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. So it's page 123.